A very good morning and a warm welcome to all the participants and respected speaker of the day. Myself, Anusha, the student coordinator in charge for CSPCS, that is the Center for Signal Processing and Communication Systems, whose motive is to provide high quality graduate and postgraduate training environment for next generation of researchers and support innovation based endeavors with an aim to promote the research culture amongst the students and faculties. On a primary note, I would like to thank MVV Prasad sir, the in charge of COE CSPCS, John Moses sir, faculty coordinator CSPCS, respected HOD of ECE department B Srinivasu sir, and also I would like to extend my thanks to our respected principal Dr. Suresh Akella sir, administrative and non-administrative staff, and our college management for giving us this wonderful opportunity to conduct such webinars during this pandemic period. The Center for Signal Processing and Communication Systems under ECE Department of Shreyas Institute of Engineering and Technology welcomes you to the webinar on Introduction to Data Science and Data Modeling and Analyzing of COVID-19 by Dr. Ashish Kumar Sir, Data Scientist and Senior Manager IT, Piramal Group of Industries. Sir, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I am Dr. Ashish Kumar Pareja. I welcome to all of you. And thank you to MVP Prasad sir to give me opportunity to share my experience with the Education Society. And I heartily welcome to all the participants. So without wasting a time, let's I start this things as a part of knowledge sharing session. I hope you understand the webinar things and like everyone. So let us share my first screen to everyone so you can get the idea. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's visible.
Uh, it's a full screen or else it's on. It's showing as my normal PowerPoint.
వచ్చిందా
PowerPoint.
Is it showing full slideshow? Or it's normal
ఎవరు
PowerPoint?
అడగట్లేదు పోయేటప్పుడు పెట్టుకున్నాం అంతే
Hello.
Sir,
Anyone?
have
Can you confirm?
we
It
have
is not a slideshow. Request you to put on slideshow.
Okay. Now.
yeah, sir. It is perfect, sir.
Hello.
Getting
Perfect,
total
sir.
screen.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Thank you, host, for the confirmation. Okay. So today we are discussing about the this topic that's called an introduction to data science and data modeling of the analysis of COVID-19 data. So everyone nowadays, everyone is facing issue of the COVID-19. This is the pandemic period. Everyone is struggling and everyone are try to manage in whatever the situations are them in. So first of all, let me understand why this thing and that thing. So during this pandemic period, so many economical, then educational, then corporate sites, everywhere some situations are unmanageable. So we need to also analyze as a part of the data science. So first of all, let me understand what is data science. So in this session, we are going to understand uh, this topic. So first of all, introduction of data science and analysis, application of data science and analysis of COVID-19 data, where we need to use the COVID-19 data for the application aspect. Impact of analysis for economic, government sector and research. So many new challenges came for the economic management, government sectors as a part of the administrative activity, public services, and researchers also. So how it's going to impact their COVID-19 data source and accessing methodology. If we want to search any COVID-19 analysis, so we must require some data source. So we can analyze it and we can identify the method prediction analysis. How it can be possible? So we need to understand the Python library. So I put it here just introduction of the pandas, NumPy and Matplotlib library. Four things would be importing a data source as a data frame for the analysis aspect. So we collected the data, but how to import it? How to collecting the data from data frames and how to analyze. So that is the part. Then last topic would be purely analytics parts. That's called a graphically and it's a practical oriented. So hardly 15 to 20 minutes I'm go with the basic theory part. Then after I move to the purely practical. Fine. And the COVID-19 analytics animated bar chart. So nowadays it's very popular for the end. If you observe any visualization website like data.gov.in, so they are providing us some graphical or animated data science, data graphs. So it can be how to generate it to the basic statistical analysis. And last point would be question answer. So I will address whatever the questions you will ask from the audience. I will address either on desk or else off the track because I am available on LinkedIn as well as the GitHub URL for GitHub forum. So I'll answer to every question. Now, first of all, data science and analysis. So I hope everyone are familiar about the data. Nowadays, data, those who have large scale data, so we can say data is a nothing but it's a virtual money. So data science and analysis are providing a basic of the business growth, cost and risk reduction, and even the new business models are creation. So whenever any data science is part of the analytics, so it is always reflect as a part of a business, then corporate decision making, then particularly business model creation, new startup, new analysis, either in education, either in a research part, everywhere data science is required. So if I'm taking an example of three things, so nowadays e-commerce is very popular for one kind of study. So if you think nowadays I'm delivering my session through the webinar. So have you thought before the 10 year or 15 year we are going to learn as a distance oriented? So nowadays technology and content are become as a together, and we are delivering our thought process to the each other. So people are joined to their whatever the data are generated in third party level. So we are expecting from there, and here we are analyzing. We will understand. So data science and analysis is everywhere are applicable in a education, in a research, in a business model, any kind of business model, small scale to large scale business model. So as an example, I give you one more example. Nowadays, many data plans are has been changed. So why they change the data plan? Because earlier it was just a normal usage, but nowadays people are work from home, so data consumptions are increased. So people means particularly telecom services has changed the part. And even if you think about the big basket, so big basket also change the mechanism for the delivering of food. So that is how they analyze. They are also constant calling on a phone, right? Okay, we are providing these types of foods, these types of fruits are available to at your doorsteps without any things, or we are taking all kind of precautions for the COVID-19 period. So that is as a part of the data science and analysis. They are collecting information from ours end, and they are identifying what we need, and based on that they are suggesting our content. Okay, you may like milk, you may like fruit, you may like vegetables, and we are delivering at your doorsteps. So don't panic about the regular essentials content. So that is the part of the data science analysis. This is the general example I gave you. Let I go with the some specific keywords. What is actual data science? Data science is a combination of statistics, mathematics, programs, and problem solving, capturing the data in indigenous way. Indigenous way, that means you identify the some mechanisms, and it is also suggesting some content to the end user. So end user can understand, okay, this is my need, and I can identify as an appropriate solution. The ability to took the different and activity cleaning, preparing, and aligning the data. You have large scale data, you have use of data, but the data is you can you use immediately? No, I can say no. You have to do some pre-processing data. You have to prepare in a structured manner. You have to content convert into the structure and alignment data. Okay, so as a part of data science, I can say in a data there is a three types of data formats. One is a structured data, one is a unstructured data, one is a semi-structured data. Okay, so if you take an example of your laptop, so that your laptop has a used data, 1 terabyte data you have, but the data it is in a part of a structure. Sometimes it's a structure, sometimes it's non-structure. Okay, so that data is always in a three segments: structured, semi-structured, and non-structured. So sometimes if we want to process the data, so we need to cleaning the data, we need to processing the data, pre-processing data, if the data in a numeric format, if the data in a particularly file textual file format, so we need to process as a pre-processing data, and after that we need to make it as a aligned data. Aligned data, that means in a sequential format or in the requirement as per our requirements formats, either in a date format, either in a particularly segments of data, like monthly data, yearly data, quarterly data. So that types of data we need to arrange as a part of the textual format. So that is the cleaning, pre-processing, and aligning data process. Now, second part, as per our title, data, then second is a data analytics. What is data analytics? Data analytics involving applying an algorithm of mechanical process to derive the insight, and it is used to several industries for allowing organizations and companies to make a better decision as well as existing theoretical models. So when data analytics are introduced in the year of 1996, So at that time, no one is believing that, but they are believing the part of the normal analytics like manual, the worksheet or financial sheet. They observe and they decide, okay, we need to. But nowadays, many algorithms are available. They can give a predicted results. If you grow in the last 3 months this way, so my predicted analysis, if same scenario will be go, so it will be highlight to that. So prediction is also available as a part of the cricket score. So sometimes if you observe those who are cricket fans, so they can also identify. They are also showing some predicted scores after 15 overs or 25 overs. Same run rate, expected run rate, or based on the current scenario. So that is as a call as a data analytics. Now let's move to the application of the data science, big data, and data analytics. So now these three words is very most important nowadays in the industries as a part of the research, as a part of I can say it's a trending topics are there. So data science people are believe okay, data science is a good things for the career. Big data applications, Hadoop, Spark, Scala, everywhere. Okay, so students and particularly audience as well as the industries are also looking for that. And even if you see last year, RBI is also really used the big data analytics aspects. Then our government organization also use the statistical analysis. Okay, so this kind of analysis are always help to us for making a decision part. So as I told you, the data analytics is always help to for the organization, companies to make a better decision. So it can be as a part of the managerial activity, but management people cannot do these things as a right of now. So as a technical person, we are providing some analytics summarize, and they can take a decision based on our analytics inputs. Now application of the data science and analysis, where it is applications. So first of all, internet search. So internet search application of the data science internet, whatever the things you search there, and after that immediately you get a notification. Sometimes you get some pop-up advertisements are there. You previously searched like this, like Amazon, Flipkart, or any kind of things. Even Google is also identifying your historical search content. So that is as an internet search. So they are storing as a part of the data what you think, as a they read your mind and immediately they store it, and next time you repeat the same content, so they're providing the same results which is previously you identified. They modified the binder things, but it is always as a paid result, not in a natural result. So internet search as a two types of results: paid results and natural results. Okay, so digital advertisement, second segment is a digital advertisement. So nowadays digital advertisement, if you see as a part of the digital world, so before 5 months or 6 months, no one is familiar about the Zoom application, Google Meet, or that. If Google Meet is already exists there, but it is a paid version, so people are avoiding that. Okay, it's a paid version. Why? But nowadays the digital media, they use the digital advertisement, and they can spreading information to there as a audio part, video part, and they are doing the advertisement. Okay, Zoom is very popular to there. Then this is available, Gmail is available, Webex is available. So that's platform are used for the spreading the information as a advertisement content. Recommended system. So recommended is also based on your historical transaction. Whatever the things you had searched as a history part, as a thought process, as a expected things. So application or your browser or your data search engine, it's by default recommended. You may like this thing, you may want, you may require. Okay, so that is the recommended system work as an algorithm aspects. So this is the most probably used in a part of the e-commerce platform nowadays, as well as the research is also providing. If you search any Python course, so they may immediately send a notification as a paid advertisement. EDX is providing the types of Python course. Coursera is offering the Python course, and so university is offering these types of course. So that is the additional things are always suggesting as a recommended system. Now as a part of application of data analytics, so if you see every day our newspaper headline is always there, this much case are increasing. So how they identifying the figures? That is nothing but the healthcare data. They're collecting from the hospitals. Hospital are passing the data to the specific regional office. Regional office passing to the state office. State office passing to the central offices. So that all the ground level data collecting as a raw format, and after that immediately the analytics team is always extracting the information and convert into proper structure format, and they summarize as a brief detail. So I will show you one live URL where is the live data analytics are available. So you can directly extract from there. It's the publicly available and you can use for your research as well as the understanding aspects. So healthcare data are there, and also based on that the pharma information, pharma share part, and particularly other diseases also identified during that. So in the pandemic period, so we can also identify, okay, these healthcare we need to precautions. Then travel history. So during the travel history before when COVID-19 pandemic started and lockdown has been started by the central government. So at that time, travel history is also extracting from the airlines as well as the some travel agencies. So they providing a travel history of particularly person. It is also publicly released to the release for the public access. Fine. And then it's the gaming. I give you gaming applications in a YouTube part. There is also gaming applications and gaming streaming are available. So nowadays many people are used to PUBG game and many other games are there. So that streaming applications, okay, whatever the things you played, so they are identified and they change a gaming tune. So it's also gaming. Then energy management. So during the lockdown period, many people had commented when particularly one pandemic, our PM has announced, particularly we need to switch off our all lights during this time. So at the time, one many people has commented our energy system will be collapse and like that, electricity. So that is also part of the analytics parts, and it is we can also check, okay, how many consumptions we are controlling and how to distribute the task, how to control that. So that is also considered as a data analytics part. Now data is a virtual money that I believe. Okay, I extracted 5 example from real case or real white papers. So data is a virtual money. Everyone is focused about the data. Everyone is collecting information from everywhere. So data is growing in the year of 2020 is about 1.7 megabytes. New information is created by every second. Okay, so if you think every 1 second we are creating 1.7 megabyte data from one user, so that is the one thing. Like earlier we are paying just 250 rupees for 1 GB data. Now we don't have any value of the data. We are creating data, uploading the videos, uploading spread the information on WhatsApp, social media, Instagram, and high resolution photographs are uploaded to them. So that is the data are collected by the person, and they are also spreading to the as a part of the advertisement, as a part of marketing, as a part of the platform, digital platform, and they are selling your information, and they earn from yourself. They earn from your data. Google is used to every day involving 1,000 computers for answering a single search query. If you know, I don't know things, but Google is used 1,000 computer for answering a single pre-processing query. Whenever you are that particular trends are moved, so they are generating a pre-results from for a one keyword, for a one query, for a one questions. So if you write a trending keyword in a part of Google search engine, so they automatically suggested your words based on your historical search. So after that we are moving that cursor and immediately search as part. So the answer is responding time is always in a 0.2 seconds, and we are saying, okay, Google is very faster compared to the other search engine. So that is they are spending as a background 1,000 computer for us preparing a number of search results, particularly region based search results. If you hit a query, same hit query COVID-19 current days data, so I'll get as a Gujarat based data, you will get as a particularly Hyderabad city based data or Ahmedabad city based Hyderabad city based data. I may get Ahmedabad city based data because I am belong in Ahmedabad, you belong in Hyderabad. So that's automatically identify your ISP, your region, and first result would be always as a part of the same region, straightforward region, closest region. So that answer is predefined by the Google, And after that, you can move to the next level, state level as well as the India level. So that is the analytics of the Google. Now, digital universe data growing 4.4 zettabytes as of today, around 44 zettabytes and 44 trillion gigabytes. So the types of data universe are increases there. Every second we perform 40,000 search query over the Google. I'm just saying only Google. Other search engines are also popular there. So every second, Google search engine in India performing 40,000 search queries and 3.5 search per day and 1.2 trillion searches in a per year. So this figure is only for the India aspects, Indian server based things. Now I move to the next part, that's called a Facebook users. Facebook users send an average 31.25 million messages in a but COVID-19 pandemic period. So people are free, they are work from home, they are doing work from home, and they are trying to connect with the friends, family member. So they send a many messages, and these figures I extracted just 2 days back from official website of Facebook, Google, and different white papers that published by the organization itself. So these are the data are there. Now let's move to the impact of communication, economy, government organization and research. So there is a high likelihood we are 12 months away from the semblance of the normalcy, right? Of course, we know many people are affected. Means all business are affected for this COVID-19 pandemic. Then education system is also converted from classroom to live sessions. So we know, but of course we will try best so we can recover that 12 month as a part of today. And don't worry about the mutating viruses. This is the part how to handle that we need to take it and precautions during this course. The last COVID-19 last business and global economy will continue with significant. So everyone is trying, even government organizations also providing some funny money oriented funds are there, money funds, then facilitated and private sector as well as the government sector. So it can be recover all kind of economic loss, government organization management loss, administrative loss. So it can be covered and people can work as a smoothly without any panic time, right? So that's this part. Now impact of analysis for the economic government sector where it's part. So adversely affect sectors are apparel and textiles, auto sector. In that during the COVID pandemic period, auto sector is completely down and many people saying okay, textile is not selling, apparel is not selling, auto is not selling, aviation and tourism is completely stopped and it's stopped by the government. So that all business are very highly scale affected, and some of the organizations shut down the business and they move to the another business also, shipping and non-food retail. So in that period, the particularly Zomato application was stopped, Swiggy not delivering delivering the food. That local transmission and local shipping is also stopped there. And during for that lack of laboring, so building and constructions are stopped there. So that types of highly affected sectors are there. But another sectors are highly grow. In that part, I say it's a digital and internet economy. So digitally, it's highly graph is there. Online education, e-learning, many e-learning platforms are available. Many e-learning platforms, startups has been established, and they spreading to the. They try to reach to the all people. So that types of sectors are highly uptake. FMCG and retail applications are increased that because people are try to collect all the essential things for the make a smooth life. Then specialty of chemical, especially the chemicals are also demanded for the like I say it's sanitizers, chemicals, then safety chemicals, that all that types of chemicals. And pharma, of course, pharma is a highly demanded during this part, and medicines cost is increased for that things. But this is uptick sectors during this COVID-19 sector. So that's I analyze and I observed it. Okay. Now where we can connect our data source. If we want to do the data COVID-19 analytics, so we need to extract the information. I received some message, I decline it. I think something is there. I don't know what. Uh, how to collect information? What kind of statistical analysis we require? So one of the most important, that's called a World Health Organization, is providing a CSV data across whole world data. So you can extract as a CSV format. Another is a Center for the Disease and Control Prevention. CDC is also providing. If you want to information in a graphical mode or else in a image format, the next train is a providing, it's a purely ArcGIS based application. So if you want to identify the state wise, district wise the data, then there is a ArcGIS application. It's a purely world globe is there. So you have to just rotate in and just click on double click on that part. So that data is automatically extract and you can download as a CSV format. That COVID tracking projects are available. It's a purely Twitter project, open source community project. So you can extract from there. Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. OECD is also providing a COVID-19 periodical data. They are updating once in a day or twice in a day. So you can extract the latest information from there. I'll give you one example for the Ministry of Health, Health and Welfare Organization, Welfare Department. So we will extract data from there and analyze the things for our practical aspects. Now, the things, if we want to do analysis, so what things we need to understand first of all. So first of all, particularly person must have the basic knowledge of Python. If they know about the basics Python, then they have to use three libraries. One is a Pandas library, one is a NumPy library, and one is a Matplotlib library. So I give you brief detail about the Pandas, NumPy, and Matplotlib library. Why we need to use this? So pandas can be present a very data and suitable data for the analysis, like as a series and data from as a data structure. So whatever the data you has collected, so it should be in a structure manner in a column and row format. So that data frame can be managed and it can be easily identify the extract column data, extract row data, as well as the group data, as well as a series of information. So we can also apply the data filtering and extracting in a proper row format data. Those who are understanding the database structure, so they can easily understand. So data frame is a similar as a type of result set of database, right? So that types of data we can extracting and process for the our expected algorithm. Now, Panda has variety of utility to perform input and output operation in a seamless manner. So you can perform the same data as an input, output on the same platform. No need to make it as a separate thing. It can be read data in a variety of formats. Panda can support your CSV, TSV, CSV, that's called a comma separator value, CSV, that's called a tab separator value. You can directly open as an Excel part and etc. That's called any other comma separator, any other separator type. Okay, so that can be extracted there. Now move to the NumPy. What is NumPy? NumPy is a specific for the scientific computing operations. That means whatever the statistical analysis you want to do, then NumPy is helpful. So NumPy is always performing your numeric operations, float operation, double operation, integer operation as a part of main median mode, then integration, like so that types of operations you can perform. So NumPy package is used to perform different operations, and it's also another in a technical word it's called as a ND array. Okay, so ND array is a providing a multi-dimensional array used to store value is the same data type. Okay, so you have a multiple data type value, but let I give you advantage of the ND array. So if I think as a part of the C programming, Java programming, so we can create a multi-dimensional array, but that multi-dimensional array is always supporting a specific data type which is yet defined as a multi-dimensional array. Like if I'm defining as a only integer array, so only integer data I can store as a multi-dimensional. But ND array is supporting any kind of array, any kind of data. If you want a first column as a string, then you can store second array as a float value, you can store it as a float, long integer. So you can also mix up a data type as a specific column value. So it can be stored as a multi-dimensional as a with a multi-storing value. This array is indexed like as a sequence start with 0. So as the same pattern when we are performing any operation over the array, so index value start with the 0. So same you can operating your row, 0 row, first row and up to end row. And as well as the same column index is also applied to the column 0 column to end column. So that can be easily operable at any moment. I'll show you the demonstration. Then this is the advantage of the NumPy. The main benefit of data visualization as following: simplifying the complex quantitative information. Whatever you have large scale of like 10 million of record, then NumPy can perform operation in a fraction of seconds. So if you perform the same operation using the Java, using the C programming, okay, it can be, but it takes some time. You need to write a more code to there, and sometimes it is not fulfill the our expected output. But Python is providing some ready-made library to there, and you can directly operate. It's helped to analyze and explore the big data easily. Big data easily, that means big data from you can operate 10 terabytes of data in a through the Hadoop, through the background process, clustering part, so you can operate it. And NumPy performing every as a distributed systems. Okay, so the identifying area and need to attention as a improvement. So you can easily identify the attention. So where I need to improve my data, where I need to manipulate my extract my information from the large scale data. Identify relation between the data points and variables. You have the data, but some of time we need to delete the data from data sets because it's a useless data. You have the data, but the data have all kind of garbage collection. So that the data is not help to us for the decision making system. So we can remove the data, so our data size can be compressed and we can perform fast. It is explore the new pattern and reveal the hidden pattern in the data. The hidden pattern data in the sense whatever the data you have, so that data you can identify what pattern they are following. So based on the data, you can identify the pattern through the algorithm, and you can take a decision. Okay, this data is always following this pattern. So as I told you, as of today's morning, I read a newspaper and that time saying by 15th onwards, our COVID-19 case will be increased up to the 50,000 per day. So the double figures are changed. The particularly they identify the pattern at the first stage of the first phase of the lockdown. Hardly few cases are increased in a day, but nowadays that figures are increased up to 200 times and 400 times. So that figures are increased to there. So they how they identify, they can identify the pattern of the data. Every data is a numerical pattern, numerical data, but they check when the increase are. So that types of pattern, that types of hidden pattern we can identify to the data, and we can explore and we can relieve. Okay, if we are going for the loosely, or else we are if we are giving a relaxation for this period, so of course our case is increased. So how to take a precaution, how to prevent that part? So we need to take a pre-advance, then put it some restriction for the traveling, inter traveling. So that types of things are take a decision through the analytics. Major considerations of data visualization, that's called a clarity, accuracy and efficiency. So things are help to us. I just keep this part. Sorry, it's Matplot is there. So Matplot library is used to the quantitative data, and major visualizations are there. Three major: clarity, accuracy, this which is I already discussed in previous slides. Now let's say this is last. I think this is last second slide. After that, I move to the practical. So it can be help to us as a practical aspect. Import of the data source and data frame. So how to collect data? So we can collect data through CSV or API. There is a two mechanism, and nowadays API is very trending things. People are providing an open API. You can retrieve it. You can perform your logical operation, logical algorithms, and you can predict your analysis results. So the raw format is common for everyone, but people are finding based on the requirement. Now, how to read the data? So one command is there that's called a Python object read underscore CSV and pass it your CSV file name so it can be understand. Let's see the example. This is the my last slide. After that, there is a one my contact detail that I'll share later on. Now, before I move to this, let I show you how to install Python. So latest version is Python 3.8. You can download from here. how to download the Pandas library. So you can install Pandas library. So this is the Pandas libraries are here. So you can use the Pandas library. How to? So I assume everyone are familiar about the. My screen is visible to that. Can you confirm, host?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, great. So Pandas library. You can install the Pandas from this command pip install in Pandas. Okay. If you want to think a NumPy library, so NumPy library is also there. You can install through the NumPy like pip install a NumPy library. I already installed these types of library. Now we want to confirm your system is successfully configured or not through the Python. So I used two things. I used one my local Python, simple Python, and I used one more as an Anaconda. So if you want to check Python is successfully installed or not, so one command is there, Python capital Python space minus hyphen v. So you can see there is a Python 3.7.6 is configured in my laptop. Here you can check also. I have another Python. I am using two Python version just for my testing because I am working as a data science. So sometimes I need to check a library is supported or not. So just 2 days back, I upgraded here. It's converted up to 3.7.4. Earlier it was 3.6. Okay. Now, as of now, latest version is 3.8, but right now I am not recommended that version. Reason is that that version is not stable right now as of stable because some of the libraries may support it, some of them may not. Okay, but as of 3.7 is highly supported there. 3.6 is a completely LTS library. 3.7 is some of the big bugs are there, so they are updating it. But you can use that because all majority PEEP library, Open Developer Community has support to in a 3.7. Why these types of library we use? This library is developed by the community person, so you can see the person community developed by the maintenance Python community. So whatever the external library you can install, that all libraries developed by Python community, and it's a completely non-NGO based. It's a completely non-profit organization. So you can download it and install it. Now Python is successfully installed, but some of the times people may confuse. Okay, where is my Python is installed? So there is a one command. A file is there. I had written one code. So let me show you where my Python is installed. So check Python. Yes. If you want to check where your Python is file is installed, so you can check from here. Right click and run this path. I assume everyone are familiar about PyCharm, Android IDE, sorry Python IDE or else Anaconda IDE. So you can use anything as a part of IDE. I just use Python rect command. So my Python is located here. That's called a Python D drive Python 3.7 and my Python exe is running to here. This is the normal Python checking. I used another Python also that is located into my program file and that I can show you. This is my Python, same code is written here. The same three lines is here. And if I'm run, so it is showing me my second Python version is installed into the Python program data in Anaconda 3 version. So Python 3.7.4 is installed in Anaconda and Python 3.7.6 is installed in my D drive. So I used to both the things. Now let's I move to the first practical. That's example of WHO. So let I demonstrate you what is that. So this is the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare Organization, government of department, and they are providing us some COVID-19 statewide status. So these informations are here, Andaman, Nicobar, and all the informations are here. So we will extract information from this website and performing our statistical analysis to our webinar practical parts. Okay. So here I had mentioned this is live data extract from this website. How to extract? So I need to import this library. One is a request library. A request library is help to us for the send a request to the browser. Then that means from the to the network. BS for beautiful soup library is allowed to extract information from HTML. Okay. Tabulate data is help to us for splitting your information. whatever the data you received, it can be split. OS information, that means my local operating system information you can retrieve, which is I already showing as a OS part. OS.path directory name, fine. So that information can be held OS library, then NumPy library, Matplot library for generating a graph, Matplot PyPlot library used to save a figure information, URL library, that means passing a URL as a request parameter, beautiful shop, and import as a CSV library. So CSV is helpful. In this demonstration, I am going to show one example. We are extracting information from this website, live website, to our local as a CSV part. Okay, so we will extract the information from there to here. Now, let I run this example. So I request this URL. First of all, this my header is this one, serial number, state, indicates, and which is already showing here. Serial number, state, then active cases there, and total cases are there. So that cases we can improve. Last year they add the figures, that's death and one more things. Okay, so I can just copy this information, total confirmed cases. So here I'm just adding the here part. So that information can be here. Then TDTR header part is there. So I'm extracting the header information, extracting as a content as a HTML. Then header, TH header is extracting. Then table row, then TDTR, and converting my state information. All the informations can be extracted. So total cases can be extracted that part. Now, let me demonstrate you the same things as a part of normal code. Okay, I have written the same code as a brief information. So let me run, and this file is located to here. It's a webinar folder, and this is my source code. This is my source code. When I run this file, so it will create one file, and it is showing my, it is extracting information from this website and converting into CSV format. So right now I have two CSV file. Let me run this code. File, run, and see the figure. So extending information, my data is generated, and back to the folder and see my file is successfully generated. Let's confirm it. So I generated just 1144. So my file is generated 1144, 52 seconds. And let's see the output. What output has been generated as a CSV part. So output is successfully generated. So it is showing, it will show our all the information of our state-wise data. Okay, let's confirm randomly 2 to 3 confirmation. This is the one, Andaman Nicobar, total 33 cases are there. So yes, 33 cases are there. If let take example of Gujarat, so this is the Gujarat figures, 19,094. So let's take an example, Gujarat 19,914 data are generated. And this is the actual figure as of now, latest update by the MOH websites. So that's 2,33,657 records are confirmed, cases are confirmed. So these data are extracted from that website to our local websites. Now, this is the information, and let me show the extract information like data and part. So because they change a frequently of data, so sometimes it may occur the error. So let I show the information. Run all code. So I generated the information, extract the data, extract the HTML, extract it. So this is the same code which is I used into this code, right? So my file is generated to here, same file, data is generated, and then after it is generating my output. So let's see, request is not defined. So I think some internal error is occurred due to some network issue. but the whole source code is available over the GitHub. So by end of this session, I will share you the GitHub link. I already generated the results, and my result is produced uh, here. Here you can see my result is produced webinar.jpg file. So my result is produced Andaman, Nicobar, and all the state-wise information. Right now, just due to the change of pattern, it may change the information. It may, because we are extracting the live data. So if they change some information, then we need to modify our code. Morning I check it, but just recently they added the total confirm pieces. That part is there, but fine, not an issue. Is there? So COVID information. This part. It's new. So this is the one information we are expecting the same information from here. So I already demonstrated the same code. This code and this code both are the same, which is I used in a graphical mode. Okay, so can use it. The same code. These are the same contents are there. Request library. Then PS4, CSV time is there, and my libraries are successfully generated, and these informations are here, and the data are generated. So once I run this code, so it will extract information and generating my file as a CSV. After that, we read that file and generating our output. So let I move to the next part. That's how to generate a graph. So here that information is passing to here and generating the output. But some issues are occur here because the data are generating two part. Read file Python library. Let me run the same code. Null and restart program file. Something is error because at the morning I tested successfully, but just as of now, just before 2 hours, they updated this column. Total confirmed cases. It is not at morning 10 o'clock. I think they updated just recently. So that's the reason. Earlier it was only active cases, care and discharge cases, and deaths are only three columns are there. So that's the reason it may occur some error. But let me demonstrate you one more things. After that, uh, one more analysis is there. That's a some graphical analysis are there. So I extracted some API information that's called India analysis. So I extracted the data from this API, root.net API and historical data transactions. And let me run the whole source. So the data can be ignored, understand all graph will be generated. Data sets are generated through the API.root file. This graph and the extracted information from positive cases. Informations are there. Then P2 ratio files, data extracted, populations are mentioned here. COVID cases Indian are there, and every cases are run. So it's extracting the information, and the data are generated. Let's see one to one push data. Right now my file is executing, so it takes some time. One more example, I give you the same things, which is already run. I previously run the same example. So, host, can you confirm my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So data sets, I extracted data sets from api.rootnet.in and it is providing my Python data frame, India sets, API, root case, COVID-19, state-wise testing and historical data. So it is providing me individual information like that, day-wise cases, case status, individual test, positive case, and source where it is confirmed. So any particular PDF files are there, any informations are. So they're extracting the information from there and data. So total I received 65 columns and 65 rows and 5 columns information and informations are confirmed. The test day, particularly date-wise records are mentioned, test cases are there and once the figures is generated, so I assume this is my statistical information as a numpy information, panda information, and after that I convert into graphical format. So graphical cases are there, COVID-19 cases extracted from 18th March 2020 to 25th May 2020 records I have extracted. After that data I am not extracting that, so that's the reason this figure is not visible there, but you can extract from live because this is the completely GitHub live URL. So you can download from GitHub course and you can use as a testing parameter. Test conducted per million people. So that test has been conducted as of last updated to 2nd March, 2nd May 2020. Then API root cases are there. That's called a state-wise information. If you want to see the what kind of state-wise information are showing as a API information, so you can click see these types of information is written by this API. So you can extract from. So as of now, latest record, you can see. So latest record would be 6th May 2020 records and updated time is at a morning 6:18 and 16 minutes. So this is the updated latest resource. So we are directly extracting from covid19india.org websites. Okay, so that's updated information can be extracted. This is the API return value. We extract it uh, extract the information and the data are generated so that all the information is from there. Then after the data graph is generated, total first of all sum of India. So it is showing the total sum of India. How many cases are there? So that is the cases are informed and that it's saying as a part of the total this much confirmed cases, recovered cases and death value. So that analysis, so it's performed as my data frame operation, data frame, total cases, type of float value. So whatever the float and the data name. So I need to return as a total. So this is the my total value. If I'm say total results, so I can say it's a total result. So my answer is generated as a total results. Data frame is not loaded here. I need to restart and run because due to some internet issue, that connection is not properly established there. So that's the reason its data frame is updated. Data frame is not updated. Okay. Let me retry within a 5 minutes. So it can be resolved issue. Data India. So how many cases are occurred? So as of now, Maharashtra was, is on top level. Then Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Delhi. These four states is a highly pandemic, particularly cases, positive cases has been detected. So they are trying to recover it, and government are providing a best solution for particularly region wise. So Rajasthan, that all the graphical, and this is the heat map diagram is generated for this types of input. This is my raw data, and the raw data is converted into heat map information, and it is converting as a minority rate. Okay, so mortality rates are generated as per the per 100. So per 100, they say it's a 3.4% are affected for this. And then another thing is the death ratio. So this is also visible as a death parameter as of the gradient part, and you can see greater than 0, style, gradient level, and confirmed cases are there. Then it's the most 10 affected states. So with 10 affected, because I have already extracted this states data. So as of now, we can see these 10 states are highly affected, but we need to showing as a graphical mode. So this is show as a graphical parameter to the matplot library, and matplot library is confirmed. Okay, Maharashtra is on top, Tamil Nadu second, and this graph is generated. So this graph is generated as a part of the PNG format. So whatever the file you want to store, so that file is stored as a my PNG format, top 10 state. So when number of time if I am generating this data every 1 hour, so my every 1 hour data are updated, graph is generated, and my automatically PNG file is going to generate. So I can directly extract that PNG file and show it to my website. So these types of full synchronizations are there. We extracting the data from live websites, process through the algorithms, Python algorithm, Pandas algorithm, NumPy algorithms, and generate into JPEG or PNG file. Same PNG file, pass it to our website data visualization dashboard. So that data visualization dashboard can be visualize your highly data, and management can immediately take a decision. Okay, this much cases are increased. These death cases are also there. So this chart is showing a death cases, which is so Maharashtra. So as you see, in a Maharashtra is the highest case. Tamil Nadu has controlled many death cases. So see the situation that particularly sequence has been changed. Maharashtra in top, but here the Tamil Nadu has on sixth or seventh position. Second position is Gujarat has maximum death ratio. That's a bad news for the India. But as a person, but that situation can be controlled. So that's Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Delhi. That types of death ratios are there, and correlations as a confirmed cases, that recovered cases and death cases are there. So these types of informations can be analyzed through the algorithm. The whole source code is available on GitHub. So after this session, I'll share the whole source code GitHub URL to the host. So host will share with you to the audience. So those who are as a part of the audience, as a participant, so you may get directly the whole source code link, and you can directly run from your Anaconda notebook. Okay, Jupyter notebook. So you can run from there. So these are the examples. Now I have one more example which is generated some graphical animations. So I have created that examples. It's some network issue, and sometimes it's blocking my request. So it generates some errors are there. So let I open my another example. That's animation based examples are there. So it is showing some animation graph. It's a call as a bar graph. Uh, and it's a sorry, sorry. This one is the file. So let me open this file, and this is the example. This is the one graph based example. So you can see the graph is starting from here, and it is showing as a 30th January 2020 data, and it will be, I think, 23rd is the last day generated. After that, I did not generated this graph. So as of now, you can see the data, whatever the data we had extracted from that websites. So the data is same data converted into graphical format. So you can see right now only Kerala is indicating up to that days data information. Okay. So after that, another state will be pop up and it will showing your information. Now Telangana, Rajasthan, immediately all the cases are detected and it is showing the graphical information. So this is the purely generated through the Matplot library, NumPy and Pandas combination. So all the whole graph, HTML graph is generated through three library, Panda, NumPy and Matplot. So it can be directly showing as a HTML part. So I proceed into my Anaconda Jupyter notebook. Then after I extracted that information from there, convert into GF file, GF file located into my folder, and directly I read that file to the HTML. So your this is the sample data of the dashboard. So you can identify as of the current date which date is on the top level, or date wise you can identify the scenarios. And if you move to here, so you can see the data is increased. So you can also navigate to the reverse part. Like I want to see what was the situation on the 13th May. So if I click here, so it will show at that time the Gujarat was on second rank. And if I want to see the depth of that, so I can also put it the animation part. So when I'm moving my mouse, so it is showing as a different value. Yeah, right? If I want to see the difference between 13th and 16th, so I just click on that part. So it is showing my work. Okay. On the 13th, Gujarat was on second, and 16th, Tamil Nadu is on the second level. So position has been changed without any write-up business logic. So it is the background part. It's a purely run your pandas library, numpy library, and matplot library, and it is identifying your click event and processing your data result sets. So I generated the data, I passed the data as on the 21st May 2020. But if I run the same code again, so it may show my record as of the 6th June 2020. Okay, so these are the my final examples. Now let I back to the my slides. These are my contact information. I always welcome to the researcher and students for a part of the data visualization or data science experiment. So you may connect on my email address, or else on you can connect in me to on data LinkedIn, as well as I am the directly part of the one data science data analytics community of the India, which is openly invited by the statistical analysis department. So I had contributed some the analytics algorithm and analytics graph to the statistical analysis department. Right. So these are my contact details. Now I welcome your questions.
The session is now open for queries. Any queries regarding today's presentation can be posted in the chat box.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
sir. This COVID data set, where it is available, sir, for
Uh,
this analysis, how you made?
the data sets I extracted from MOH website, and as well as I already show you in my PPT, you can extract the data from this website also. World Health Organization, they are providing a open CSV. If you want to see the demo, then I can show you. They're providing us some graphical analysis. World Health Organization. They're providing open CSV file, so you can extract from there.
Okay,
This
sir.
is the
Nice presentation. Thank you.
okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Any question? Yes. I'm not getting your voice. Can you?
Hello. Hello. I'm
Hello. Yes, sir.
audible
Yes,
to
sir.
you, sir.
Please.
Hello. Sir, it's a very good presentation that I saw the first time. So it is very informative presentation about this data analytics and the COVID issues also you covered in your presentation. Sir, how we can do anything else regarding the COVID cases and COVID resolution kind of thing?
Yeah, you can do many analysis through these types of algorithm. Okay, Python and NumPy is providing a many inbuilt algorithms are there. So if you want that information, then you can directly go to the community websites. They're providing a sample examples are there. Because due to the time limitation, I cannot elaborate each and every example, each and every algorithms. So that's I just give a brief detail, a brief guideline. You can use it, but you can analyze any COVID information, economic, particularly equity shares, then real estate information, then as well as the word hitting, then real trending keywords are there. So that types of analysis you can do for the understanding as well as the research level. Because nowadays cloud is very popular. People are moved to cloud for the security aspects. So that is also analysis levels are there. How many hits are occur for a websites, then LinkedIn, Twitter hits, everything can be analyzed, but you must require some primary data information.
Thank you so much for such kind of information. Thank you so
Thank you.
much, sir.
Thank you so much. Any questions, sir? Any question in queue? Host, can you confirm?
There are no questions in the chat box, sir, as of now.
Okay.
So I request Anusha to proceed further.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
So
you, everyone. Sir, would you continue?
no, sir. No. Please.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. I would give my special thanks to Dr. Ashish Kumar, sir, for giving us a detailed and clear explanation about analyzing the current situation due to the pandemic COVID-19, and also for providing us a gateway for data science and modeling and sharing your tremendous knowledge with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. It was really a great learning experience. I would like to thank all my CSPS faculty coordinators and in charge, and also our college management for being with us and helping us to conduct such an important and a wonderful webinar. I hope this was extremely useful and informative. Thank you all for your wonderful participation. Hope the same continues. And the YouTube channel link is provided in the chat box. Make sure you subscribe it for many more informative videos. Before I could wind this up, I request all the participants to make sure that you drop down your mail IDs along with your full names in the chat box for feedback and certification. Thank you.